Puerto Rican Historical Facts, Part 1. The 1948 Gag Law. This video series had a lot of priority. First, because I am using Nisha Weba's slides to make this video, so I really want to thank the Instagram account Nisha Weba for letting me use these attractive slides, so thank you. And second, I have a few people that wanted me to talk about these topics. In this video, which will be part 1, we will briefly review one of the slides, this one pertaining to the Gag Law of 1948 Puerto Rico, and I'll give a commentary on how it has affected me as an island-born and bound Puerto Rican in any way if it may apply. Slide number 1. 1948 Gag Law, the law that banned the flag. June 10, 1948. In an attempt to quiet down Puerto Rican revolutionaries, nationalists, the U.S. imposed the Gag Law to suppress the independent movement that was rising in the island. The Puerto Rican flag was banned for almost 10 years. This is at the same time the U.S. is spreading anti-communist propaganda and jailing anyone who disagreed with the Smith Act in fears of the Cold War. Puerto Rican nationalists were jailed, tortured, and followed by the FBI if any talks about an independent Puerto Rico were witnessed. This was an unconstitutional law that eventually led to Pedro Albizu Campos' imprisonment. The law came to an end in 1956. This is actually why, or one of the reasons, my great-grandparents moved to New York. My family partook in a lot of the Puerto Rican nationalist movements and were forced to migrate to the United States. I was said you couldn't even have a Puerto Rican flag hanging on your front porch. Can you imagine being in prison for just wearing your flag? These are some of the pros and some of the cons of this historical event. Starting with the pros. The immigration toward New York and other states in the 1948 proposed one of the biggest communities of bilingual speakers of the Puerto Rican population. It's a reflection of the travel privilege when Puerto Ricans obtained United States citizenship, and it may have globalized the Puerto Rican culture further. These are the cons. This may have caused further division. Our workforce was reduced. Properties might have been lost. Family oral histories pertaining to the island and language might have been lost, along with the lineages native to the island. It's also an obvious lesson on how Puerto Ricans themselves also would permit such a law that would be totally unconstitutional. In conclusion to this part, we can definitely find more pros and cons and definitely more cons than pros. But nonetheless, laws like these may be one of the reasons why Puerto Ricans like to express their heritage to the extent they have shown in the world in the times of the modern era and all the way back to the times of old. Like, share, and subscribe. This is Abaqueto Neborique, and I'll see you on the next video.